Thank you, Tony. Well, most students in Providence had their first day back to school today, and it was certainly a hot one.
State education officials say they continue monitoring heat impacts, but decisions are up to each district to make any adjustments after school activities in Scituate and Portsmouth were canceled today, and a handful of districts are doing early dismissal tomorrow, and that includes West Warwick. That's where we find 12 News reporter Sheena Lusciuto.
Yeah, West Warwick, Cumberland, and East Greenwich are all among the districts that are calling for an early dismissal tomorrow. The superintendents there say it is just way too hot inside those buildings.
Yeah, so I think I got that news from you just now. I wasn't even aware.
Parents planning ahead after finding out West Warwick schools are getting out early Thursday.
Well, I think as a school, they're just trying to be safe to make sure all the kiddos are safe first and foremost. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do because I have a job interview tomorrow morning.
This letter from the superintendent alerting families of the early dismissal was sent out to parents reading in part, "Many of our schools are older and without air conditioning in most of our classrooms, which creates unhealthy learning environments for students and staff as the day moves into the afternoon." The extreme heat is top of mind for school officials. Most students in Providence went back for their first day this morning. And that's where we asked the education commissioner about the hot temperatures. Even she says no one expects it to feel like this in September.
Many of our new schools have dehumidifying systems that keep the moisture in. And many of our older schools that don't have that have fans that we used during the pandemic. But we're keeping a close eye on that, and every district is keeping tabs on, and they know the buildings to see where, if it gets too hot, what are our contingency plans. So everybody's on it. We're taking a close look at that.
And right now we are live in front of Wakefield Hills Elementary School here in West Warwick. We talked to a few teachers earlier. They tell us that only a few of those classrooms have AC, so it really was rough in there today for a lot of students. And tomorrow the students here will be getting out at about 11:20. Reporting live in West Warwick, I'm Sheena Lusciuto, 12 News.
Thank you, Tony. Several schools are canceling after-school activities because of the heat.
And some are planning to let kids out early tomorrow, including Warwick, Cumberland, Johnston, and East Greenwich schools. We've got them all running at the bottom of your screen.
12 News reporter Sheena Lusciuto joins us live from West Warwick, another town that's planning on early dismissal tomorrow. Sheena?
That's right. West Warwick was one of the first to announce that tomorrow students will be getting out early here at Wakefield Hills Elementary. Some teachers tell me only some of the classrooms have AC, so for a lot of people, it was a rough one today. The calendar says September, but it sure feels like the dog days of summer.
It's very hot, but I'm excited they're back to school learning.
Most students in Providence went back to school today with the uncomfortably hot temperatures on everyone's radar.
So everybody's on it. We're taking a close look at that. Right now, you know, it's September. Nobody thought it would be this hot, but we're keeping tabs on it. We're making sure that the kids have water, that it's cool in the classroom as much as it can be.
Education Commissioner Angelica Infante-Green says any changes in a school day are up to each superintendent. And while school days were normal Wednesday, we've learned after-school activities in some communities like Scituate were canceled today due to the high heat index. And some districts like West Warwick have already called for early dismissal on Thursday. This letter from the superintendent was sent out to parents reading in part, "Many of our schools are older and without air conditioning in most of our classrooms, which creates unhealthy learning environments for students and staff as the day moves into the afternoon."
Well, I think as a school, they're just trying to be safe to make sure all the kiddos are safe first and foremost. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do because I have a job interview tomorrow morning.
And Infante-Green says it's really those old school buildings that they're worried about right now. But she tells me that many of them had fans installed during the pandemic to help with the airflow. Reporting live in West Warwick, I'm Sheena Lusciuto, 12 News.